Hi teachers, in this video we are going to walk through how to use the newer swivel. It's going to be in a large rectangular case and you should be getting an iPad with it. So we're going to open up and take a look at what's in the case first. So inside the case you have the main swivel. This we want to be careful to hold onto as we pick up. And you also have the marker that charges in the back. You can see that the charging goes right in here. Additionally, in the case, you're going to have a charging brick, and you'll be able to plug this into the wall. So the swivel is going to get charged by putting this cord, it's in the front, right here in the front, and then obviously you'll plug this into the wall. Let's go ahead and do that. The swivel does not need overcharged, so if you go ahead and plug it into the wall, and you notice on the back that both the base and the marker are blinking green, that means that they are fully charged. And so we don't need to have it plugged in anymore. The other things you have in the case are two different connector cords. One will be for the older model of iPads that has a Lightning, and the other will be for the newer model of iPads that's USB-C. You may get a different iPad depending on what's available that day. Another piece that you'll have in here is your holder that will allow you to wear the marker around the neck. The reason why you wear the marker around the neck is so that the swivel will follow you about the room and it will pick up your voice. There is a microphone directly in the marker. That way you don't have to scream in order for the iPad to pick up your voice. There are different slots that can hold different devices in the case as well. You probably will not need these. The one that I have installed currently will hold most iPads. It will not hold iPads with cases. If you prefer to use your own personal device with the swivel, you can do that as well. We're going to take a look at getting started and turning this all on in the next video. In this video, we're going to walk through the setup on the Swivl app and with the swivel itself. So when you get the iPad, you can sign in with your own Google account and create your account. I'm going to go ahead and get signed in with the Google account I've been using. The reason why I suggest creating your own account is because then you can easily get into your videos and look at things, and it keeps it private to your account. So I've signed into the account, and the first time you sign into your account, you're typically going to see a tutorial on the account of how to go about getting things set up. I'm going to walk through the steps that are in this tutorial so that you know. So firstly, we're going to come over to the swivel, and we're going to take the power button and we're going to push the power button to turn it on. You'll notice that it comes on red and it will rock back and forth. I, at this point, can set my iPad gently into the swivel. The next step is to take the cord. Now, the iPad I have today has a Lightning, so I'm going to take the Lightning cord and I'm going to put it in the one end of my iPad. The important part with the cord on the back of the swivel, I'll turn it around so that we can see, is that the cord part faces up. Please do not force this into the port or it could break the swivel. So you want to make sure that the cord faces up. We're going to push this in until it is nice and snug. Once I've done that, I will see a message that it's connecting and the robot is connected. The power light will turn green. The marker light is still red because we have yet to set up the marker. So we're going to do that next. We're going to pull the marker out of the back. It gently lifts. And on the side of the marker, you'll notice we have a power button. We'll turn the marker on. And you'll notice that the marker is now connected the light on the swivel has turned green. Now on your marker, you have a couple of different buttons. This center button is the one that you will need the most. This turns tracking on and tracking off. So if I push it, tracking is on, and as I move the marker, the iPad goes that way. If I want to stop it from marking, I push it again and the tracking turns off. On the side of the marker, I also have the ability to start and stop my recording. So that way you don't have to run over to the iPad if you want to start and stop. It's going to ask me to enter a title for my video. I'm just going to call this one Test and hit save. I'm now in the recording part, and here's where I'm going to take and I'm going to slide my marker into the holder, making sure that the microphone is pushed up. So that means that this little gray place should be towards the top of the marker so that when you wear it around your neck, it is facing your mouth. Make sure that it's nice and snug in there because these markers will break if they are dropped. Now I can hit record here on the iPad, or I can use the little red button on the side of my marker. Once I've done that, you can see that I've started. I can also see how much charge the swivel base and the marker have. It looks like I don't actually have a full charge on the base. I may want to leave this plugged in for a little longer. The other thing you have to keep in mind is the amount of space on the iPad. If you've recorded a bunch of videos, you may need to delete things on the iPad to make sure that you have everything off. We're going to hit the record stop button, and it's going to stop my recording. I can view my recording right now. I can trim it in the app, or I could trim it somewhere else, and I can hit done. It's going to take time to upload. Now that was a pretty short upload, so it won't take too long to upload there. You can log into your Swivl account on your teacher computer. So if you go to Swivl Teams and you log in through Google, you should be able to get access to what you need. It's processing my video. When it's done processing my video, we'll let it finish. While it's finishing, let's just take a look at some of the other things. On the right-hand side, you can click on the profile to sign out. Settings allows you to change some of the video settings. The multi-camera, you don't need to worry about. We don't have more than one camera set up, nor do we have more than one marker. We've kept it pretty simple. Home takes you back to the main dashboard where you can hit record again. Robot takes you to information about the robot itself, and videos takes you to your video library. If I tap the three dots, you notice I have the ability to save this directly to the iPad. I can upload again, I can move to a personal folder, or I can edit. What I would suggest at this point is before you move anything or change anything on the iPad, go ahead and get onto your teacher computer, log into your Swivl Teams account there, and make sure that you can locate and download your video. Don't remove anything from this iPad until you're absolutely sure you have what you need. If you need help with this at this point, feel free to reach out. When you are all done, we're going to walk through how to put things away. We're going to turn off the marker by holding in the power button, and you'll notice on the swivel, the light goes red. We're going to turn off the swivel itself by just holding in the power button, and you'll notice a robot disconnected. And at this point, I can unplug gently and unplug gently from the back. And then I can lift my iPad out of the port. We'll put our swivel marker back for safe storing in the back of the robot, and then place the rest of the materials inside the case. It is important to note that this bottom of the swivel rotates as well as the top. We want to try not to force any rotating because that could break the robot. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Hopefully this is pretty easy to use.